Welcome back for another Social Storm podcast. Today I'll just be by myself and I'll have a guest today, Christian, my brother.
What's up?
And he can give you an introduction. We're going to talk about, we have a lot today and a lot of topics, and it should be a very good video. And let Christian get an introduction of what he does and his journey.
Okay, so I am Christian Phillips. I am a photographer, videographer. I started about a year plus ago, and I would just say that it's been a journey, but what I basically learned throughout the whole thing is to just be persistent, to just try to perfect your craft over time, and then eventually you'll get to the point where you'll feel better than where you were.
What type of photos and videos do you take?
I mostly do stuff around sports, so because I'm in track, I tend to do more track videos or photos, but I tend to try to diversify from time to time.
Tell us more about your athletic background and what you're currently doing.
So like I said, I am in track. I've done track for...
Where at?
I'm currently at Southern University A&M College. It is in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's a Division I program, so we race some of the best schools in the country. And I do cross country there too as well. So I would say the biggest thing that I had to learn throughout the environment is that no matter how big a person is, no matter how fast they are, you have to believe that you are the best version of yourself. So no matter what everyone else is doing, you have to focus on you and try to run the race that you can run best.
Christian, can you tell me more about the experiences like being at a historically black college known as HBCUs and the experience you had and how this developed you as a person?
I would say the experience is vastly different. So I would say at football games, for example, the band is what people usually go for instead of football games. That might sound like people just don't do that, but at HBCUs, that's just how it works, because I would say our bands are good to the point where people just come to watch that. Like, people practice for like hours. Like,
so basically, no matter how good the football team is, they're gonna watch the band, whether the football team is a conference champion or whether they're the bottom of the league. People are gonna still come out and support their team with the bands, the atmosphere, the different school dances. They have a lot of school pride, especially knowing because our mom went to HBCU and she went to Jackson State. Everyone knows, from Deion Sanders. So I love the atmosphere, even though I currently go to North Central College in Naperville. But being my experiences traveling to his school and other HBCUs, it's a very good atmosphere that you just don't get in many other places. So it's just very nice to see that, how there's more awareness toward those type of schools, and how much exposure, and a lot of great people, athletes, business people all came out of those schools, so you can succeed coming out of that place. And if you look towards that route, that's something you might consider. If you're going to college or attending one of their games, I highly recommend a different thing. So Christian being a photographer, me being an athlete as well, we're both athletes. To succeed, like in business or anything, you have to be in a room full of successful people. So like that's what I did, especially just starting out. I've wanted to put myself in higher level people. I'd go to like seminars on like real estate, investing. I've been to about 5 or 6 so far within the past year. I went to this one speaking event in Chicago last year with Damon Jones, owner of Fubu, mostly known on Shark Tank. And he just had a lot of amazing advice on like mindset, business, and like investing, on how it's very important to start early if you're young, or just start somewhere, and eventually that will compound over time and become something amazing that you could set yourself up for the rest of your life and just have the experience that you never forget. And like I've been to numerous real estate seminars, as I said earlier, learning about different taxes, how it works, how to get loans, who to talk to, where to go for different properties, different types of properties, which is very important. And it's very crucial that you go in the rooms of successful business people. I went to one of the city address meetings for the city that my college is in. And like I met different people that were like in real estate, finance, different business owners, talking to them, being involved in the Chamber of Commerce in that city as well, and just overall speaking to different people that are where I want to be so that I can set myself up to learn from them, people that are already in that field experience, so I can learn as I get older in time, because you can't be the smartest person in your room in order to succeed in anything. You have to learn from people smarter than you to be successful, so that you're always constantly learning, growing, and increasing your mindset. And Christian, what is something you said like or did to put yourself into like a different room?
Well, I would say that basically like what our school, like I said, with the band, our school has the human jukebox, so I was an intern for them for like a game last year. So I would say that opportunity has allowed me to basically get into the industry of photography and videography. So basically what I did there is I recorded like some segments for their band. So then basically what I did was I recorded them walking out, I recorded them playing, I recorded their halftime. And I would say that experience has basically taught me that you have to be, it basically like taught me that you just have to be more like aware of what you're doing. So I have to focus more on the technical stuff with cameras to get it.
So overall, just being focused and like what you're doing, because like opportunities like that don't come around. Because Human Jukebox is one of the best bands in the country in HBCU and all of the HBCUs.
Mm-hmm.
Has you can see, look on the internet, find some of their videos. They have many amazing songs, and they always get after it every single parade, during every football game. It's very amazing sight to see. So I highly recommend you check it out. You might see Christian at one of the games for the next couple years, and I'm sure it's very exciting. And it's just overall just amazing to try different things. And you never know where an opportunity may lead you to. It might be something like you never expected might become your biggest opportunity. So it's always amazing to try something different. Like maybe if you don't know much about it, or you just not informed, or don't just nervous about something, it's just very good to try it out. And know, who knows, you might like it, and it might be something you might want to do for the rest of your life, or be a second source of income, or some sort of hobby, or just overall give you different skill sets that is just very important for what you want to do later in life, or lead you down the path of success. And what's many things like is very important is that you need to set yourself apart, because we know anyone can just either just say that they do something, or to go to college, or just have a resume of like just regular jobs. But it's in today's age, if you want to get ahead in life, you have to set yourself apart. The way you think, the way you act, the people you interact with is very crucial. So like different ways I'd say I set myself apart from other people is that I have different things I do on the side. Like I have a couple of side businesses. I'm an athlete as well, and I love to read books about mindset and business. So like one of my favorite books that started me with my mindset and investing and real estate journey was Rich Dad Poor Dad. I highly recommend it, by Robert T. Kiyosaki, which is very amazing. Like it opened my mindset to like entrepreneurship and real estate, on the power of how you can make your money work for you instead of working for money. Because a lot of people may know just the regular job in this day would not be enough to put you ahead. You need to have something on the side that works for you, whether that's investing, real estate, or any business to help increase your income and mindset. So it's very crucial to read different types of books. But this is an easy read, about like 200 pages, and anyone pretty much can read it. But when you come outside this book, you will be a completely different person. The way you think of life, the way you think of the people you interact with, and how you think you can level up in every aspect of your life and mindset. And you would never look at things the same. So That's one thing I recommend. And Christian, what's one thing like you think that like people need to know that they use to separate themselves overall from just a regular person?
Well, like I said, like we all said before, we have to just get out there. So no matter like what you are doing, you just have to get a start. So I would say, for example, for me, when I started out, I didn't really know much about cameras, but then since I learned it, I started out with like offering services to my teammates for like I even started out for like $5, just getting something, get some experience in. So then as I gotten better, I would diversify my audience, and then I would try to just try stuff out, or maybe even get into rooms, negotiate with other people. Connections is also a big thing. So I would say that you just have to like know people, and I would say to be able to get to know people, you have to just be around and just be willing to talk to anyone, because anyone can help you out, and you can help anyone else out. But I would say that's what really helped me.
Right. That's very crucial. Like just interacting with people from different backgrounds, because you never know if one person may be a potential client, potential business partner, or just provide you some sort of advice. Whether you're just walking down the street, you might see your next real estate investor, lawyer, entrepreneur, like anything. Like everyone has some sort of knowledge or has some sort of insight of something or point of view. So people come from different places, different backgrounds. It's very good to open your eyes on like why people do things, because it's not more. Everyone has their own view of something. Each thing is not more right or wrong. Everything is just different. Someone's background can have a reason to believe why they think a certain way, or why things are a certain way for certain groups of people and stuff like that. So it's very good to just like have an open mindset, not necessarily say why someone's wrong in their beliefs, but just see where they're coming from. But of course, there's people that are wrong, but everyone has a point of view, an aspect of life that they've seen and has some sort of like they could have went through certain things to get to a certain point, which is why they think different ways. And you could think that make you think differently in your mindset and how you do things and how you approach different situations and people on, which is very important in life and makes you a better person. And you'll have more understanding on why people do things, do the things the way they do it.
But what would you say is like a way that like the rich think differently than the average person?
So the rich think very differently than like an average person. So a lot of people regular person, when they work a regular job, they get paid on Thursday or Friday. They spend all of their money on within that weekend or that next week, or they buy things they can afford. But the difference is that the rich people, they get money and they make their money work for them. And then they find different ways. They have different like loopholes, like in real estate and owning a business, where they can make their money work for them. And they don't think of money as just, oh, I need to spend it, use it, but get it to spend it. They think of a way how they can make their money grow and work for them, whether that's something passive or something that starts a business, real estate, investing, and different things like that. They don't think of money just to buy things they can afford. They live within their means. They don't flash. They don't keeping up with the Jones or Kardashians, as a lot of people may know. Just buying the flashiest things on social media, like all that. They don't buy designer. They buy things that appreciate in value and invest in different things, which is very crucial, because they don't get paid and buy a $100,000 car that they can't afford. They're just gonna buy a car that's maybe less in value, that doesn't have an expensive car payment, but they're gonna put that money into Roth IRAs, 401ks, real estate, stocks, anything, or some sort of passive business. But the businesses are not truly passive, because you have to start off doing something like with capital or work in. It might become less passive over time, but there's nothing truly passive really, but the rich make their money work for them, while the middle class just ends up mostly spending on stuff and having a lot of expenses. Like in My Rich Dad Poor Dad, the rich buy assets and the middle class buy expenses. And more expenses like jewelry, cars, houses that you can't afford, and food you can't afford. Like all that, instead of going out to eat every single day, they think differently. Say, how can I buy food and just cook and spend less money on food, my car, entertainment, and just spending that on mindset, books, and different ways to improve yourself to make more money down long term.
And then we understand that everyone's situation is different, but this is more focused on the mentality. So even if you are in a financial situation now, you can still take small steps to get ahead of where you are.
Right, of course, like everyone doesn't come from the same situation, but mindset can apply with everyone. You can make a lot of money but still be broke, because in this country over 60% of people live paycheck to paycheck, whether they make over $100,000 or they make $20,000 a year. So just because you make a lot of money does not mean that you're out of the boat for, like, I don't need no financial literacy. Financial literacy is important to whether you make $20,000 or you make $5 million a year. You need to know financial literacy so that you can set yourself up later in your life and just create a better life for yourself and the people that you live around.
But speaking on investing, the Apple stock has actually done really well over the past few years and stuff.
Yes, but before we talk about more about these stocks, you have to do your own research and with a financial advisor, and this is for entertainment and informational purposes only. So before we hop into different stocks, one of my stocks we're going to talk about is NVIDIA stock, which was $115 in October 2022, and is up over 239% to 390 as of today, June 9th, 2023. And that stock is leading the way for AI technology, and it's just very crucial going into the future. And it's very high growth stock going in the future. I'd say it's pretty overvalued right now. It could possibly go down a little bit, and that would be a good investment opportunity to look for, to put on like your watch list. And another stock, of course, Apple stock. You got everything from iPhones, iMac, everything. The stock went from $125 up 45% to $181 as of today. Apple has been a cash flowing machine, producing different products from iPhones, we already know, iMac, AirPods, you name it. They just recently released those Apple VR. They call it the Apple Pro for $3,400. Maybe a little bit pricey for most people, but I see it as it's something that is going to build up in the future. It's more like how the AirPods and how Apple Watch weren't as popular when it first came out, but I see people wearing it becoming more popular in the next few years as they come out with different generations, and that it becomes more affordable. I think if it comes down to more like 1,000 to 1,500, make more sense for more people that have the funds to buy it. Very cool. You can do different things. It's like a phone, a MacBook, and a bunch of other things in it as well. You can move it with just your eyes and with your fingers, which is very cool. I'm very excited. I saw the video, and when you FaceTime, one person's screen can go on one side, and you can actually hear the sound of the screen of the person's face from the screen, and you can have it on in your room. It makes it more interactive with other people, and it's just very cool. You can even see people's eyes through it, which is kind of cool. And you can do very well, a lot with productivity, video games, and many more. You watched the video before. Very excited product and very innovative. A lot more than probably the other VR headsets in the industry. But I'd say it's pretty pricey. I would not personally buy it right now because it's kind of expensive. But I'd see myself getting one within the next 5 years.
But I also feel like it will also change the future with new technology and everything that comes along with it.
right? Like, I know Apple continues to be innovative in anything they do. Like, they continue to sell iPhones. Everyone's going to buy it no matter what. People continue to innovate with like AirPods, everything. And I see Apple continuing to be an amazing company, one of the best companies in the world in terms of like cash flow, money, and overall business model. Like, I don't see them going out of business anytime soon. Very good company to invest in, I'd say. And one of my favorite stocks. I've held a few shares, but I love the company and it's where it's going, and it's exciting to see going into the future. And then another stock is Tesla stock. Was $109, now up to $247 as of today, up over 100%. And it's still down from its highs in 2021. But Tesla continues to be one of the best top EV makers in the industry. Just released a new like Tesla, more affordable, I'd say, which is very good for a lot of people since cars are expensive. And Elon Musk continues to be one of the innovative leaders. Like, he just recently bought Twitter last year, but I think it's good that he hired someone to run the company. I forgot her name, but that is a good sign that he can focus full time on Tesla and the future of the company, which I think is pretty bright. They continue to sell, the leading EV maker, so everyone loves their vehicles, and they're going to continue to get better. So I believe Tesla is in good hands. It's still down, so it's a very good opportunity. So like with many of these things, I'd say when investing, just buy these stocks when they're on a discount, down 20, 30, 40, 50%, like they were in 2021. All the people that were buying those stocks back then are winning now when they're up. The stock market, the S&P 500 is up 20, 30% this year. And it's been a really good year. Even though we had like the debt ceiling, they finally got that passed last week. And that might have pushed back like potential recession. But we can see the market has been very good this year. And all the people that bought last year when they're low is winning now. Because stocks is the only thing, like stocks and investing is the time where people, for whatever reason, don't get on a discount. Like, people will go to the mall, they'll buy expensive shoes, expensive clothing, and things that are expensive, but won't buy a stock that's 20, 30, 40, 50% down, and very high quality companies such as Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, Nvidia, many more were all down last year, but are in the green this year. People who took advantage of opportunity are making a lot of profits this year. So that's one thing. Just buy low, like Warren Buffett, just dollar cost average. You invest in companies that you know, and it's just will go a long way and help you set yourself apart into the future. Instead of buying a pair of Jordans, buy you something that can make money back on interest, and it will just be a lot better, make your life a lot better in the future. Take advantage of different opportunities, especially being young, or even if you're older, just starting now. You never know where that could lead you if you stay consistently. That can get you 9-10% each year, and I just highly recommend that. And for this video, like, this is a lot information that we said. Make sure to like and subscribe. Follow CP Productions, CP Talks on his page, and follow Social Storm 5 on Instagram, and my man Corey Phillips 3. And I'm excited for many more videos. And I hope you guys like the content. And thank you. Like and subscribe on video. And that'll be it.